They couldn't pick a better time to start in life, an oasis in the desert with no lick of strife.
It ain't too early and it ain't too late. We've been living in a brand new state.
Brand new state, gonna treat you right.
Give you a sumac, lion and potatoes, cattle for the kebabs, harissa and tomatoes.
Out from the desert when her road too. Plenty of air and plenty of fruit. Plenty of fruit to sweep a rope. Plenty of heart and plenty of hope.
Oh, it's Shushan where the sand is piled up to the sky, where the wine is sweet and crushed by feet. The governor drinks till he's crossed high. It's Shushan we bake lava, sourdough and rye. We sit and spritz and then gossip while the birds fly circles in the sky. We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. And when we say, we're only saying, you're doing fine here in Shushan, fighting great.
Come on, you can do better than that. Let me hear it for these singers. And we always forget them. It's Adi over here. Bruce Geller. We always forget about him. Now, just a tidbit for you today is actually Shushan Purim. What that means is that today was the day that the Shushani, the Jewish Shushanis, actually defeated the Persians,
Them.
the Hamas, the
Those
Hamas.
people.
Yes. So we are celebrating Shushan today, just like Jerusalem is celebrating it today, a walled city. Anyway, now you know about this Purim thing, right?
Right.
You know how it works. You hear the name Haman, what do you do? Okay. Now, howdy, y'all. Come and sit a spell. Got a story for you. Ready?
Ready.
In a not-so-mystical land of Shushan, there lived a mighty hardy people, the Shushanis. They wrestled the land from the desert, they homesteaded it, and they formed a right pretty place to hang your hat. Along with the western coast, and they formed a right of Persia, along the western coast of Persia. Okay. And in the first 3 years as the governor of Shushan, Ashkenazi became renowned from his wild parties in the governor's mansion and his love for impressing his friends at the expense of his pretty wife. But you see, Governor Ashkenazi was an on-rack sack of rocks, and trouble was a brewing on the under. You see, the governor liked to get liquored up with his friends. Then he called his wife in to show off the goods. It was right and appropriate, but the governor didn't care much, and that's where a historical problem took root. Right here. So come on in, you all, and set us though. Please reenacting.
Hey, all my friends and constituents, you all having fun? Well, you all, there's only one thing to make this bit a little bit better. Anyone want a gander?
A single cowboy?
See, two boys.
A new load of horse
I got something better than all that. It's my wife, Miss Vashti. I'm telling you all, I got me a real pretty filly on the other side of this here executive mansion. You all want to see her? Yeah. Well, alrighty then. We'll get my wife in here and have her put on a highfalutin fashion show for you fellers. Where's my undersecretary? Hiding ho! Undersecretary! Undersecretary!
Yes, sir, Governor. Y'all hollering for me?
Is that you, undersecretary?
I reckon it is. More wine, Your Honor?
Nah, undersecretary. I want you to go and get my fancy wife Vashti's behind in here so she can show off in all her finest finery. My friends want a command performance.
Yes, sirree, Governor. Ma'am, we're going to skip that part. Ma'am, there you go. Your husband, the governor, and his honorary sort of friends are requesting the pleasure of your company. He's specially requesting that you get all gussied up, too.
No.
No?
No!
Oh, Miss Vashti, the governor's going to beat me to a pulp if I don't find out why. Can you tell me why?
Tired. Tired of the man to go. I've had my fill of the go. From below and above. I'm tired. Desire. Tired of being admired. Let's face it, I'm tired. What does that old coot want now?
The same. He wants you to show yourself off to his friends.
That dirty old man been eating them brood apples again.
Now, Miss Vashti, that's just downright nasty.
You could tell that old coot I ain't gonna get old gussied up for him or his mangy old stinky friends.
Miss Vashti, if you don't come, the governor will be a raging worse than the Great Stampede of '68. The Great Stampede of '68!
Never mind that, never mind. 68. Tired of playing his game. Ain't it a crying shame? Let's face it, on the governor, everything above the neck is kaput.
Governor, I have word from your wife that she's refusing to comply with your orders.
She's disobeying?
Yes, sir. She's tired of you.
Well, then, if she's disobeying me, I'm getting a divorce and getting me a new gal. We're gonna do a roundup of them new sweet things here in Shushan, and one of them could be my new wife. Where's my undersecretary? Howdy ho, undersecretary, undersecretary.
Governor Akashaverios, sir, you're drunk. I'm still here.
Is that you, undersecretary?
Yes, sir, Governor. I reckon it is me. More wine, Your Honor?
Nah, undersecretary. I want you to go get me a new fancy wife. Miss Vashti's behind is out of here. Wrestle up a posse and bring me some new gawkable females for me to gawk at. One of them's gonna be my new wife.
Yes, sirree.
She better be darn right pretty.
Yes, sirree.
And with that, Governor Ashkenazi ordered Vashti to be thrown out of the governor's mansions. Out right on behind. Had Vashti obeyed, she'd still be sitting right where they were on her side of the governor's mansion. And now Vashti's gone to washing clothes at the laundry on the hill. So them orders are them orders. And Undersecretary Mordecai wrestled up a posse and they gathered all the pretty girls in Shushan for Governor Ashkenazi to gawk at.
All righty, come on, step on up. Step on up. You're all quite pretty. The governor's gonna love you all. I do declare, it's my niece Esther. What you doing in this here lineup for the governor's future wife?
What's wrong, Uncle Mordecai? Aren't I pretty enough for the governor?
Now see here, Esther, I ain't that kind of uncle.
Well then, I'm a-staying. There ain't no one going to tell me what I can and can't do. There ain't no one keeping me from my prospecting for my future. I got to think my opportunities.
Well, the governor is knowing that I'm Jewish, and he don't pay that much mind. But you better keep your Jewishness on the down low, because he may not take too kindly to a wife that's a JPP. I'm speaking from experience.
Uncle Mordecai, what's a JPP?
A Jewish Persian princess.
JPP? Yeah, that's me.
Well then, looky here. You just be careful.
Oh, I will.
Well, look at it here. Ain't you just right pretty?
You pretty too, Governor.
Oh my, so tell me, sweet cheeks, what do you think of lamb kebabs and sumac?
Sounds like a feast going on right there.
Yeah, me too. What you think of big shindigs getting gussied up?
Sounds like a party.
Me too. What's your name, pretty lady?
Wow, I'm Esther.
Ain't that a pretty name for a filly like yourself? Esther, are you a-thinking what I'm a-thinking?
Maybe.
Let's get hitched!
And guess what, y'all? It was indeed love at first sight, and sure enough, Esther and Governor Ashkenazi, they get hitched. Yep, they sure done that, and ooh, what pretty it was. He nearly cleaned out all the bottles of Shiraz from the costumes to the golf. It was amazing. And you know, the governor wanted to treat his new wife Esther to a nice Montgomery room too, so that they can get better acquainted, you know. So the governor had to hire someone to run the executive office for him whilst he was out gallivanting with Esther. He hired an Amalek gunslinger with a mean streak, the length of the Tigris River, I tell you. This man was given the title of Sheriff of Shushan, with the decree to keep the peace. But you may wonder, what peace? His own! He wanted a piece of everything. The new sheriff was as peaceful as a rattle in the frying pan. Any of you want to guess the ruffian's name? Haman! Keep it up. Okay, guess who's coming now?
Yeah, go ahead, kiss and sneer. I run things when the gov's not here. I take his laws that I endorse, but it's my rules that I enforce. I wield his power, so you'll do what I say, or on this rope the dead will sway. You'll pay my tax, you'll pay me now, and when I pass, your heads will bow.
He's a decent job, at least in this place, though, for the lives of the governor. So the sheriff's job was extended to be the right hand of the governor. That's all used up on the responsibilities that tax the governor's time and energy. So this arrangement suited him just fine and dandy. It sure didn't serve the Shushanis much with the taxes, bowing and hanging. Yes, sirree. sheriff was a mean and belligerent rascal, and some serious trouble was a brewing. The sheriff never told Governor Ashkenazi that he was collecting extra taxes to burden the hardy Shushanis. Now this is where things get all clandestine and secretive. See? The sheriff was planning to use the tax money to raise an army of mercenaries to do his personal bidding, which was killing and raising the land and taking power over everyone, especially a certain people that unsurpassed the power of his Amalek ancestors, the hardy Jews of Shushan. And wait, it gets worse. Further in his descent, the sheriff never told the governor that he was oppressing and hanging those who didn't do as the sheriff said. And he sure didn't say anything about his war chest for conquesting Shushan. Undersecretary Mordecai saw the danger coming a mile away when the sheriff insisted that everyone bow to him. Now, this was highly unusual since Governor Ashkenazi never enforced such a rule. And then the Jews of Shushan wasn't about to stop bowing to anyone, especially Mordecai. Well, this rightly ticked Haman. He enacted a soft approach and he threw Mordecai out of his job. Right smack on his behind.
Mordecai, what did you do? I was working in the governor's office.
I'm unemployed. I was fired as the governor's undersecretary by Sheriff Haman. And that ain't all. He's gunning for me, and likely all of y'all, too. Right before he had me thrown out of the governor's mansion, he ordered me to get all my Jewish friends together this here afternoon.
Nah, no way. What's going on?
What's that rascal skin? Uh-oh. Look,
Jews, ain't you happy to see me?
not really.
Who said that? Goodness, y'all. What say you, ex-undersecretary Mordecai? Want your job back?
I ain't bowing to you.
Y'all still refusing to follow my rules?
Sheriff, we honor and respect the law and some them rules, all but one. We ain't bowing to you or to anyone no how.
Well, then I have something right here for y'all. Excuse me while I whip this out. Now, get your mind out of it. This here is a hanging edict. It's for y'all who won't bow to me. Let me give you the bird's eye view. The gist of my edict. I'm giving you the rest of y'all a bit of reprieve here. Today, right now, that's it. So you better get on complying with my rules. But if you do what I say and start bowing to me, every last one of you is going to get strung up. I'm going to hang y'all high on the 15th. I'm going to hang every last one of y'all.
I said it once, and I'll say it again and again and again and again. We won't bow to you.
I'm just going to hang y'all high on the 15th.
This is worse than the Great Stampede of '68. Never mind that. Looky here. If I don't do something, we're all going to get strung
My neck is on the
up.
line, reading the wrong line.
And so is yours. Literally, I say, literally, your neck is on the line.
I do declare, good morning, guy. If I don't tell the governor, we're all going to swing.
Yeah. Ladies all in a bit of a situation, huh? On one side of Shushan, there are Jews of Shushan. They ain't gonna comply with the edict to bow for the sheriff. On the other side of Shushan, we got gallows being constructed by none other than Sheriff Haman. It was right precarious of a thing for Esther too, because Governor Ashkenazi succeeded illegal with a penalty of a shooting for anyone to enter his private area. Oh, come on, you all get your mind out of the good. I'm talking about the governor's office. Anyway, felt it necessary to risk our neck to reach the governor, who, as you can guess, had no idea what the sheriff was doing behind his back.
Now, Esther, you know I don't like to be disturbed in this here office unless I summon you. I've shot and hung men for less crimes.
But my husband, now you listen here. There's trouble a-brewing. The sheriff, he's gunning for the Jews of Shushan. Your loyal constituents, like my Uncle Mordecai, your ex-undersecretary, because they won't bow to him. The sheriff needs to hang him on the 15th.
Holy cow, no! Not my loyal constituents.
But it gets worse. The sheriff, he's gunning for me, because I'm a Jew of Shushan, too. He's intended that some of the nooses are for yours truly.
Holy cow, not my wife. She's a loyal constituent. And she's my wife.
But Governor, it gets worse. The sheriff, he's literally gunning for you, too. He's got them ambitions. He's attacking people and building himself a war chest to overthrow you!
Holy cow! Treason, treason, treason! That's worse than the Great Stampede of 68.
Not the great stand.
The Great Stampede of 68! Oh, never mind that. Never mind that. You all get Mordecai hired. He's going to gather a posse of Jews of Shushan. We're going to round up them darn dirty, polluting, low-life dregs. We're going to string up the sheriff and his gang of thugged ruffians. We're going to hang them all high.
What in tarnation is this, Governor? Don't you know I got a job to do?
Sheriff Haman, I hereby defrock you. Now you all get your minds out of the gutter. You're fired. I say fired. You're fatigued, verfallen, verlumped, verbludgeoned, vercocked.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, you bet your britches I can. You're a rascal enough to kill the queen and her kinfolk. Weren't you?
No!
Weren't you?
No!
Weren't you?
Well, if you look at it from a different perspective.
And you were positioning to take my governorship, weren't you? Worcester, Texas, to kick me out.
No!
Weren't you?
Oh, no! Well, not exactly.
I don't believe you, Varmint. You're fired, and I'm appointing Mordecai here as the new sheriff of Shushan.
What about me and my gang? You're gonna take us and you're gonna make us go exiling with them darn dirty Summerlin? Sumerians.
elderly people, but Mr. Hammond, oh, there is a let me tell you what the deal is around here. You see,
I've been working out.
you and your gang, we're gonna hang you all high.
Well, then that won't be no. Damn it. I was gonna hang them all high. I was gonna hang y'all high. Now you're gonna take all the fun out of it. Oh,
Get out of
no
here.
fun.
Get him out of here.
Go.
Get him out of here.
Fun.
Get him out of here.
Golly, Uncle Mordecai, this turned out to be a fine day after all.
Darn tootin'. And a fine, pretty one, too. Makes me glad we live in Shushan. Takes our luck that we finally struck in Shushan. With God and a stroll and a heart full of hope, we plant a community. We got a hold of a pot of gold in Shushan. With a camel and a tail and a first saddle right now, we're just gonna follow me. Here in the West, we're living the best in Shushan. If anyone fights any one of us, he's got to fight with me. We got a hold of a pot of gold in Shushan. With a house full of friends with a rainbow and how rich can fellow be. No one works, fights are good when it's Shabbat time. Here we stand in the middle of the land in Shushan.